So today's story comes from Boston, Massachusetts, where a Lyft driver is being held without bail because a passenger accused him of R-wording her. All right. She was picked up from a bar by this Lyft driver, and 90 minutes later, she didn't know what happened, but they called the police, and this man's being held without bail. All right. Now, something about this story just doesn't seem right to me, and I'm going to lay out all my points as to why I'm skeptical as to what actually happened to this woman. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but something isn't adding up for me in this story. So I'm going to play to you the official news clip, and I'm going to tell you the stuff that they left out of the news clip that makes it very important and very relevant to what's going on in this case.
I'm Boston 25 News reporter Daniel Coates outside Somerville District Court, where a Lyft driver pled not guilty to serious charges of assault and battery and rape of one of his passengers over the weekend.
Matter of Luis Ramos Texera.
The 27-year-old from Brockton walked into court handcuffed and behind glass, facing disturbing allegations from this weekend.
This is an incident that involves an act of stranger violence, and notably there is an allegation of specifically a sexual assault of that stranger.
The Lyft driver is accused of picking up a woman in Boston, claiming in court documents she was having a drink with friends and coworkers after work at the Lenox on Exeter Street before calling a Lyft around 2:30 in the morning. The last thing she remembered, police reported, was getting into the back seat of the Lyft and later waking up in the back seat with her head resting on that driver's lap. She also noticed her bra was missing and her pants were unzipped. She reportedly woke up 90 minutes later here on Canal Lane in Somerville, rushing outside while Texera drove away. Police claim he was there with her for over an hour. She says she wasn't offered anything to drink or eat in that car, but she had a glass of champagne at work before she left and only one dirty martini at the Lenox bar. She stated no one strange to her approached her there. The woman was treated at Cambridge Hospital while police worked with Lyft to identify Luis Carlos Ramos Texera, matching him to his white Honda CR-V and working profile picture. He pled not guilty to charges of rape and assault and battery Monday.
Court has ordered that you be detained without bail pending a dangerousness hearing.
Monday evening, Lyft told me in a statement that this behavior is reprehensible and has no place in their community. In the meantime, they've banned Texera from all platforms and are willing to help in this investigation as it moves forward. On scene in Somerville, I'm Daniel Coates for your local station, Boston 25 News.
Let me ask you this, right? When was the last time you knew somebody to get blacked out drunk from one drink, a dirty martini? She had one drink at work and one drink at the bar. That's according to the news reports. So you mean to tell me you had one drink at a bar? As soon as you get inside the car, you passed out. You don't know what's going on. You had no idea that this man was doing anything to you. All right. I'm sorry. That's number one. I've never heard of some. And actually, you know what? Number two. Well, first, number one, I've never heard of somebody passing out from one drink or even two. But let's say that is the case, right? Let's say you did have at least two drinks, right? In Boston specifically, they stop at the bars. They stop giving you drinks at 1 o'clock, 1:30, the latest. Everything shuts down at 2 o'clock in Boston. So the Lyft driver picked her up at 2:33. So it had to have been a minimum of at least 1 hour since she had that one drink at the bar. Okay, that's strike number two. Something right there already just seems, wait a minute. So you only had one drink and it was at least an hour ago? Okay, cool, right? They pull off from the bar. According to her, she's totally passed out in the back seat. They get to her house. I think it's like a housing project somewhere. They pull up to the parking lot and they sit in that car for over an hour. All right. Nobody knows what's going on inside the car, but I want you to think to yourself for a second. You're a Lyft driver. Everything is being documented. You picked up this girl from this location. You're supposed to drop her off at home. why would you even put yourself in that type of a position knowing for a fact you're going to get caught and wrapped up in this BS if you're doing this? Now, I know there's some sickos out there, there's some widows out there, but I like to think that they're like people who couldn't control themselves. I like to think that they're few and far between, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just me having wishful thinking. All right. But to me, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, this girl who is passed out in my car, I'm just going to do whatever I want with her and get away with it? No way. That's just asking to go to jail. But maybe he didn't know any better. Maybe he couldn't control his impulses or whatever, right? And he just had to do it, right? Let's say that happened. So you may have passed out from one drink, but you may have passed out from one drink, but you mean to tell me you did not notice your bra coming off? And the reports said, yo, her bra was off, her pants was unbuckled. You didn't feel that at all? You didn't feel or see him climbing over into the backseat? None of that woke you up at all? Okay, all right, cool. Here's the part that they left out of the news report that's very important. She did not call the police, all right? I repeat, she herself did not call the police. It was her mother who called the police, all right? So when the girl got out the car, she went to the door and was automatically greeted by her mother, probably pissed that it's 4:15, like 4 o'clock in the morning. You're coming up to the house, probably drunk or whatever, or maybe not, I'm not sure, but she knows something is going on. And maybe she's pissed. Maybe you're scared, like the woman, maybe she's scared and she doesn't know what to say. But I just find it pretty, like, I don't know. It seems like, it almost seems like, girl, what are you doing showing up to my house at this time? What's wrong with you? I already told you, if you're going to live under this roof, you need to follow my rules. Ma, I don't know what's going on. Some dude just took advantage of me. I don't know, Ma. Look, my bra's off and my pants is unbuckled. Oh my gosh. Now that shifts the energy. That shifts the energy away from, oh, like maybe my daughter is out here drinking and being stupid late night and doing whatever, to, oh my gosh, my daughter's a victim. We need to call the police. Get the heat off of her and put it on him. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem too far-fetched to me. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't seem more far-fetched than her getting drunk off of 2 drinks an hour before. Like you had a drink at 1:30, one drink at 1:30, and you was blacked out, passed out in the back of the car for 90 minutes. Plus so that means over 2 hours. It would have been over 2 hours that you had a drink. And now all of a sudden you wake up from this daze 2 hours from that point, not knowing what happened. It's almost like, wait a minute, like, how did you even make it to the front door in the first place? If you was that discombobulated, if he was doing something, like, you figure that, like, I don't know, like you would have stumbled. Maybe you wouldn't. If you passed out in the thing, didn't notice a dude taking off your bra, how did you find the right door to go inside your house is really what I'm asking. If you was that far gone, you didn't notice your head in some dude's lap for 90 minutes at least, how was you able to find your front door? Come on, bro. Somebody got to ask these questions. And here's the thing, like he could have did it. But in my opinion, to be held without bail just off of the whim of her saying that he did something, bruh, that shouldn't be enough. That shouldn't be enough. Like, I need, like, especially if she admits that she only had one drink, she didn't have any other thing. I'm sure they did a toxicology test on her to make sure that she wasn't roofied or anything like that. It's just, that doesn't, something about this case just doesn't seem right to me. It's not adding up. You know what I mean? Like, you're not bruised. Like, I guess you wouldn't have to bruise her up if she's already passed out. But I don't believe she was passed out. I never met it. And if you do get passed, if you are the type to pass out from one drink, then bro, you shouldn't be outside. Like you have, that seems like a medical condition, in my opinion. Like, you shouldn't be outside. And then some other people are saying maybe she's lying about having 1 drink or 2 drinks or whatever. But I'm just like, okay, well, if she's lying about having a few drinks, then how do we know she's not lying about getting R-worded? You know what I mean? One's a small lie, the other one's a big lie. Especially if your mother's like, girl, what are you doing in my house? Da, 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 da. Bro, you're going to say whatever you want to say to get out that situation. Now, he might have did it. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. But there's nothing here to me that says that he should be held without bail. There's nothing here that says to me that, this probably couldn't have been, this couldn't have been a consensual relationship for the night. Nothing here says that to me. Nothing here. The guy's in court crying, eyes are like, bro, I don't know this man. I don't know what this man is about. I don't know, what his history is, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. It just seems like, yo, bro, let me just throw my life away for no reason, randomly, on this random driver that I had no idea I was gonna get, who's passed. Like, come on. Y'all get the point. You know what I mean? Something here just does not make any sense. And I had to say something about it, man. But I know you got something to say about it too. So let me know what you got to say about it down in the comment section, man. I appreciate your viewership. I'm out of here. Breathe easy, man.